Okay, one of the most insane historical facts has got to be when Iran took a bunch of American hostages in 1979, but then decided to free all the black hostages and the women. Why did Iran do this, you ask? Well, first we got to go back a little bit to why Iran took hostages in the first place. And when you understand this, you'll also understand why Iran and the USA don't really like each other to this day. You see, Iran had a problem. You see, back before the 1950s, Iran's oil industry was basically completely taken over by the United States and Britain. Iran was barely getting a share of their oil. Iran said, knock, 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 hello, United States, Britain, can we have our oil back? United States and Britain said, who said we got your oil? Iran said, boy, we not stupid out here. We see y'all scamming us. United States and Britain said, you got us, and we not finna lie, but we not giving your oil back though, for real. So Iran voted in a new prime minister that took back Iran's oil. The United States said, ooh, we can't have that. Call in the CIA. The CIA pulls up, that boy gone. The United States brings in a new guy, the Shah, and he's very friendly towards the United States. Iran said, the Shah said, look, y'all didn't even give me a chance for real. Yeah, fast forward 20 years later, he gave away all of Iran's oil and had very oppressive policies towards the people. The people of Iran said, time's up. The Shah said, time's up. Boy, you know what I got behind me? Root, root, root. Big dog United States. The Iranian people said, all right, let's see if they get to you in time. The Iranian people rose up and started hunting them down. The Shah said, oh, them folk tripping. He calls the United States. He said, yo, them folk trying to get me. The United States said, chill, we're going to get an airplane. We're going to come pick you up. We can't let our assets, our friends, suffer. The Shah gets on a plane and he dips. He said, I'll see y'all folk in the States. The people of Iran looked at the United States and said, bring back the Shah. The United States said, no, the Shah is sick. We can't give him to you right now. Iran said, we got hospitals here and jails. Bring him over. The United States said, no. And we still gonna take your oil because we're gonna bring in a new guy to still take your oil. This was the last straw for Iran. Iranian college students stormed the United States embassy and take everybody hostage. They said, bring back the Shah. The United States said, release the hostages. What are your demands? Iran said, well, they're pretty reasonable. 1, we want the Shah back. 2, we want you to leave us and our oil alone. The United States said, no. If there's something you gotta know about the United States of America, is it's very hard to negotiate with. The United States wants it all at all times. They said, hostage, y'all gonna have to hold it down. The hostage said, United States said, counteroffer, we keep the Shah, we keep the oil, and you give us the hostages. Iran's new supreme leader, Khomeini, said, look at my face. Do I look like I'm finna play with y'all? Give us back the... Hold on, are those black people? Now here's where things start to get wicked. Khomeini looked at the black hostages and said, don't the United States be like oppressing y'all and messing with y'all too? Black people said, well, Khomeini said, oh no, y'all are free to go. Plus the women, y'all are free to go. The white hostages said, Jamal, ain't you gonna put in a good word for me? He said, my name's Eric. He said, Andre, we're not here to argue about semantics. This is a serious situation. Go talk to them folk. Put in a good word for me. Black people said, all right, give us your number. I'm going to call you on my iPhone. We're going to put in a good word. White people said, iPhones haven't been invented yet. Black people said, exactly. Call me when they get invented. Oh, them folk dipped. Except a black man named Carl. Now, I don't know if this is him, but this picture goes with what I'm saying. You see, Carl was a Marine, but he was also a radio operator in the Marines. So he was privy to very sensitive information. Carl said, okay, we packing our bags, we going. They said, Carl, you can't come. Carl said, y'all seen my skin color, right? They said, yeah, Carl, but you privy to info. You're going to have to hold it down. Carl said, ain't this about it? But Carl was released 2 years later with the rest of the hostages because President Jimmy Carter, after a lot of back and forth, there's a lot more to the story than this, finally made a deal with Iran basically saying, okay, we're going to leave you alone. Just release the hostages. Iran didn't get the Shah because the Shah actually passed away. And side note, since Jimmy Carter took so long to get the hostages released, Reagan used that against him to get elected over Jimmy Carter, and Reagan then ruined the world. But that's a story for another day. Side note, to Jimmy Carter's credit, even though he lost the election, he still worked on getting the hostages until his last day in office. In fact, he got the hostages released on his last day in office. And well, even after the hostages were released, Iran and the United States relationship had never been the same since. And in fact, before the hostage crisis and after the hostage crisis, there were many more little incidents that happened between the US and Iran. What's happening today is just another piece in a story that's been ongoing for about 100 years. They just haven't taught you it in your history books. A story that I hope ends peacefully and sooner rather than later.
Hello and welcome back again to our channel. Thank you so much for always being here. Thank you for your love and support. Thank you for the likes, for the comments, for the subscriptions. We really appreciate you guys. If you're there and you're yet to subscribe, please take a second and hit the subscribe button. Turn on the notification bell so that anytime we upload a video, you will be the first one to know. Let's get into it. So, Iranians have said that they will not go to war with the black community. And the Iranians want to protect the black people, just as they are protecting themselves from the Donald Trump government. And you will think that this is the first time that they are doing this. But no. In 1979, the Iranians freed 13 hostages. That includes men, women, and children. And when they were asked why they did this, then they say that the black community has already been through so much oppression in the hands of the white Americans. And they do not want that oppressions to go on. And I think the Iranians see so much similarities with the black community. And these similarities are oppression, being hated, going to war for apparently no good reason. And if you look closely and careful, you'll see that this is the life that the black community has lived in America. Why am I saying this? The black people have been hated for no good reason. The black people have been oppressed to a point of even death. Someone being killed for apparently no good reason. Just being killed because of your skin color, being killed because you look so different from the other person. Like an example of George Floyd. This guy was killed for no good reason. If you're there and you have a good reason as to why George Floyd was killed, please tell me in the comment section, because I think it was an unfair death for this man. And I think the Iranians see this so much in the black people, and that's why they have devoted themselves to protecting this community, just as they protect themselves from the Donald Trump government. And I think as the black community, we always want peace. And that is why the black people do not want to even join the military that is fighting against Iran. Because we know that we have no reason to go to war with Iran. Black people do not have any good reason to go to war with the Iranians. And even Donald Trump himself, he doesn't have a good reason as to why he started this war in the first place. No good reason at all. He just claimed that he's protecting, that the Iranians have a better, I don't know. He really do not have a good reason as to why he went to war with the Iranians. And now it is up to him to either surrender or stop the war, because the Iranians have said they will not surrender. They are even more ready now to fight with America. Tell me what you think in the comment section about this. And let's get into some videos so that we get a better understanding, better perspective of what is really happening with this war between America and the Iranians. Let's get into it.
Some black hostages and some female hostages will be released from the American embassy compound. Is that true?
The
freedom of the women and blacks will be given. Women are given great dignity in Islam, and the blacks have been oppressed in the United States. Great injustice was done unto them. They were under pressure in the United States. Thus they came here. We are doing this owing to the tenets of Islam. In return, we ask nothing for their freedom. We want the Shah Carter must return him. The world's international law agree with this principle.
I ask you, as an American and a human being, talking to an Iranian and another human being, is there no room for compromise? Or is Iran now, in effect, at war with the United States?
حضرت امام آیا جناب عالی یا به طور کلی ایران در حال حاضر با امریکا در حال جنگ هستیم؟
جنگ مقصود چی است؟ اگر مقصود این است که
What do you mean by war? If you mean our armies against the United States armies, no, there is no such war. If you mean it is a battle of nerves, it is Carter's doing. We are against war. We are Muslims. We desire peace for all. Carter does not allow this. Carter should put aside his so-called humanism and return the criminal Shah so that we can conclude this matter.
Don't be saying too much about Iran. They said that we're cool. They said that we are cool. They said African Americans have been through a lot. So don't say too much. Don't go over there and don't be doing too much. And you know, if you look like us and you wearing that camo, you better not be doing too much. Because they said that we cool. They said that we cool. So I just want to let y'all remember that. Like, they said that we cool. They know that we kidnapped. They know that we're hostage. We have no nationalism in this bitch. We ain't got no say. We ain't got no motherfucking... I ain't got no say. I ain't got no say. You see, we try to give them a black woman president. An actual... Like, and she's still not even African American. The bitch is everything but... We got the lightest one. They didn't even want her. They didn't even want her. Obama doesn't count. Obama's not African American. He's not black American. He doesn't count. His dad's Kenyan. Doesn't. We have no say about anything. Don't even look at Obama. Don't look at Kamala. They don't represent us. We ain't got to say. Iran, I can run. You just need to, you know what I'm saying? Hit a little, okay? Please. I'm telling you right now, I'm not playing. I ain't got nothing to do with this shit. Go get him, though.
So if you've been around, I told you how Iran was with it. They released all the black hostages. And said, we don't want to harm no black people. America does not treat the black people well, and all the black people are welcome in Iran. So there's something going on with that. Iran, they must know something. You know what I'm saying? They must have some idea, because think about it like this. Why is there so much hate towards the black man, towards the black woman? Why? But then we got Iran over here saying we wouldn't harm the black man, the black woman. We love them. What's going on here, y'all? Somebody give me an answer in the comments here. What's going on here? Do they know who we are? And know who we really are? Come talk to me about it.
Iranians are not coming to do war with black people here in America. They're coming for your white politicians and anybody who agrees with them.
We hear, Imam, that today, perhaps today, some black hostages and some female hostages will be released from the American embassy compound. Is that true?
The freedom of the women and blacks will be given. Women are given great dignity in Islam, and the blacks have been oppressed in the United States. Great injustice was done unto them. They were under pressure in the United States. Thus, they came here.
See, this is why black people are not worried about this conflict. The Iranians are not like the US. They're not here to collect collateral damage. They have specific targets that they're going after. If history serves us right, it ain't black people. Black people, let's stay out of white people's business. White people, good luck out there. Have fun. You know, I hear them drones are hell. And if you black, get out of that army too. You're wasting your time and throwing your life away for people who hate you.
Y'all do know that Iran had freed the black people back in the 70s when they held U.S. People hostage? They had U.S. captives in like 1970 something. You can look this up. And they freed the black people because they said black people was oppressed in their own country, so they let us go. Free Iran. Duh.
That's the unfortunate truth about Iran. Iran is actually a powerhouse in the Middle East because they're the agricultural fruit basket of the Middle East. I lived in Abu Dhabi, I lived in UAE. Every export that was fresh food came from Iran. Iran is technically an enemy of the UAE and an enemy of the United States, right? An enemy of Saudi Arabia, an enemy of Oman, an enemy of you name it. They're feeding all. But they're feeding everybody. So nobody can really cut themselves off from Iran. So that means Iran will always have cash flow. Iran will always have trade power. They'll always have negotiating leverage. So they're not going to have any kind of major regime change anytime soon unless basically another Ukraine happens, where some completely low probability event occurs and everything falls in that same direction, right?
President Trump has not ruled out boots on the ground in Iran. Are you afraid of a U.S. invasion in your country?
No, we are waiting for them.
You are waiting for the U.S. military to invade the ground troops?
Yes, because we are confident that we can confront them, and that would be a big disaster for them.
So you're saying that Iran is ready and willing to take on the U.S. military if there were to be ground troops?
Well, we were ready for this war even more than the previous war. So you can see, the quality of our missiles, how much they are upgraded after the last war, because we learned lots of lessons. And we are prepared for any other eventuality, even, a ground invasion. So our soldiers are prepared for any scenario. When I said that we are waiting for them, it didn't mean that we are waiting for continuation of the war. No, but we have prepared ourselves to confront with any scenario, with any eventuality, any possibility, and we know that we can handle that.
This is why nobody likes black people. Because we're the oldest, we're the boldest, we're the baddest, we're the greatest. They know what we can do. They know who we are. We don't have no friends. The Chinese ain't our friend. The Arab ain't our friend. The Jew is not our friend. The Anglo-Saxon is not our friend. Nobody is the friend of the African. But we don't need no friends because we got our ancestors. We got the Most High, and we got each other. That's all we need. That's all we need, brothers and sisters. We can win, but you got to believe in yourself. And the problem with us is we suffer. We suffer from inferiority complex. We don't believe we as good as the Chinese. We don't think we as good as the Arab. We're not as good as the white man. Not only am I as good, I'm better than. And I don't say that to be arrogant. No. But I civilized them. They never civilized me. I civilized Europe. I civilized China. I civilized India. They have never civilized me. How dare you tell me they're greater than I am? Not at all. See, the problem we suffer from is we teach black kids just to be equal. I'm not teaching y'all to be equal. I'm teaching y'all to be greater than. Yeah. Don't you ever cut your natural hair. This is God right here. Don't you cut this for nobody. Don't you put no weave on it. Don't you put no wig on it. Don't you let your mama fry it or cook it or kill it or bleach it. Keep your natural hair. Marcus Garvey said, don't take the kinks out your hair. Take them out your mind. Rastafari.
Yeah. Thank you so much for taking your time and watching the videos. We really, really appreciate you. Thank you so much for your love and support. Please let me know what you think about everything that we've talked about today in the comment section, and I'll do my best to reply to all of your comments. If you have not subscribed, again, please take a second and hit the subscribe button. Turn on the notification bell so that anytime we upload a video, you'll be the first one to know. Thank you so much. Until next time, God bless you.